we're actually going to talk about ESPN Plus today. I got a whole series of videos I'm going to be doing since just so happens the next major boxing card is not until August the 18th on ESPN. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live, and we're going to do a good amount of reading here as we're going to talk about the benefits of ESPN Plus. Should you buy it? The price, $5 a month, or if you want to pay in bulk, save, some money, buy it for $50 a year. And right now, understand that I've been covering boxing on YouTube for the better part of 8 years. And when I started really focusing on the politics and the business of the sport about 4 or 5 years or so ago, I realized that they can't say it to you, but I can say it to you. You motherfuckers are disgracefully cheap. I'm still pissed off that people didn't buy Ward versus Kovalev, both of them, which were, the numbers for that, I think should have did at least 300,000 pay-per-view buys. Both of those fights had the emotional build-up. All the press conferences were good. The weigh-in, the social media back in between both guys. And the fights were really good, but nobody brought it. But yet you have like so many people, and you'd be surprised. And I'm not really taking shots at people, because I don't really knock what people do, but I do feel that people are hypocrites in regards to, you'd be surprised how many top YouTubers likely. I want you to take go look and do a deep investigation. If you don't even have to really do a deep investigation, just look around. You'd be surprised how many of the top YouTubers don't give back to the sport, boxing YouTubers. That don't give back to the sport in regards to buying pay-per-views, in regards to making sure you have HBO, you're not streaming, you're not endorsing free illegal streaming of fights. So for ESPN Plus and The Zone, they are doing something that I've been asking for years here on YouTube. Showtime was doing good with their international boxing cards and picking them up and putting them on their YouTube and Facebook page. Now with ESPN Plus, here is the deal. They reached a new 7-year deal with ESPN, Top Rank. And the biggest news of it is they're going to be 54 live events overall, but I'm going to break down those events for you. This was the biggest news right here. Top Rank has been putting on international fights on ESPN Plus by acquiring the U.S. broadcast rights from other promoters and will continue to do so. So primarily by securing rights to cards promoting by Frank Warren in the United Kingdom, Zanfer Promotions in Mexico, and Japanese events promoted by Tekken. Zanfer has fighters like Miguel Burchek, if I'm correct. Tekken has who do they have? They have Linares, right? So I guess they co-promoting a Linares. I guess what I'm saying is, it doesn't say. I'm confused by that. I'm going to have to go do some looking around because it doesn't say that they've secured the rights of all Frank Warren fights. It seems as though they're trying to or working on securing the fights. And then when I went to check, that would be big news to Frank Warren and his team. They haven't put out a press release, so I think they're still working on that. But if they were to get here, let me pull up the email, and we're going to take a look around ESPN Plus. Here, let me go full screen. This is their official press release. Here, let me read it to you. ESPN and Top Rank, the world's premier boxing promotional company, today announced the most comprehensive exclusive rights agreement in the history of boxing. This new 7-year deal runs from 2018 to 2025 and includes 54 events per year, as well as a full offering of exclusive shoulder programming, classic fights, and studio content. Top Rank on ESPN content will air on ESPN linear networks, and stream on ESPN Plus. So basically, they talk about, Pacquiao versus Horn, 4.4 million viewers, bragging, the bragging rights of putting on the Hardcore Dreams fight of Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux, Terrence Crawford versus Jeff Horn, Terrence Crawford becoming an undisputed champion, Lomachenko versus Linares, It's supposed to be 18 events on regular ESPN Plus. A lot of people were pissed that Terrence Crawford's last fight was on ESPN Plus. You know, they were like, "What the fuck? You gave us, you know, Terrence Crawford unification. I mean, undisputed against Ndangu on regular ESPN. You gave us Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux on regular ESPN." But I can understand they was trying to push ESPN Plus. So it's going to be 18 events on regular ESPN, 12 on ESPN Plus. 24 international events, like, you know, those cards they've been picking up. For example, they picked up Tevin Farmer's fight, you know, cards like that. And if they do get Frank Warren cards and secure that, you know, I'm going to do a video on that because that's big major news. Now, they're not going to be getting any Matchroom and Eddie Hearn cards. Why? Because Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they're over with the Zone or DAZN. We're going to talk about that in a separate video. So I'm doing a video on Top Rank. I'm doing a video on the state of HBO boxing, the state of Showtime boxing, you know, what the Zone is. Still waiting for some more information on that, as they're going to be launching any day now, like meaning opening up their site and allowing people to register and all that. Also, another thing I like about ESPN Plus is, let's go take a look around. Let's go take a look around. This right here, you get a lot of exclusive content. I watched one with Dan Rayfield interviewing Deontay Wilder. You can only get these, by the way, if you have ESPN Plus. They're not on YouTube or anything. So this is a video I'm actually going to be doing.
I understand he had elbow surgery, but now this and a hand injury after that.
We call him arguably the top guy
on the planet. Why I say this is because his natural skills. And
hold on, it was something.
It
was something I was looking for.
Said after the fight.
It was something I was looking for. Hold on, but you get exclusive content like this. This is hold on. Andre Rozier. He trains. Damn, where's that? Well, you're gonna have to watch. It's called In This Corner. This is Chris Algieri, Chris Mannix, Andre Rozier, who trains Danny Jacobs, Sergey Derevchenko, Richard Comey, and this is Keith Idek from Boxing Scene. They were talking about multiple topics, but basically he was talking about Rozier was that Richard Comey, who's in their gym, has a mandatory against Mikey Garcia for the IBF title, but Mikey Garcia is talking about fighting Earl Spence, so he might have to drop his title. But I'm going to do a video on this anyway.
And we're looking for our mandatory to take place. Mickey is our mandatory now, but we know he's looking for bigger things. I won't say better because we have the better athlete, but he's looking for bigger things. So with him saying that he wants Errol Spence, it's going to be somewhat of a quandary as it goes on. We need to know what's going to take place because the IBF informed us that we were going to have that mandatory, regardless of who it might be, if Mickey decides to...
Mikey! Damn it. But I'm going to do a video on that. Also, if you are fans of other sports, especially when the UFC, who signed the deal with ESPN, are going to be on here next year. You know, ESPN Plus is not just boxing. You're getting... honestly, I'm going to just tell you like it is without bullshitting. $5 is cheap and shit for this type of content. I'm sorry. Especially with, you know... fights from Australia where I can wake up and watch them in crystal clear HD. Y'all tripping. But see, y'all motherfuckers don't be watching all the fights. Y'all get on here on YouTube and y'all talk this and y'all talk that about you not paying for this and why they doing this. Y'all don't really be supporting the sport. That's why, excuse me, when it comes to international content, you see a lacking on these other channels until those fighters come over here and get involved in big fights. You know, then you're talking about them. Oh, yeah, ESPN Plus right now is delivering. So if I was to rank the services right now, and remember, I'm going to do a video on Showtime Boxing and PBC. They're like tied together. I'm going to do a video on HBO. I did a half of one on HBO like a couple days ago. And then I'm going to do one on The Zone, but I need more details on The Zone. Right now, Showtime is number 1. ESPN number 2. And I'm talking about in the United States right now, HBO number 3. The Zone hasn't launched yet. And then all the other ones you can't really, you can't really mention. Not yet, at least. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. We were supposed to take a little tour. Some people were saying that it's hard to find the fights. Let's see. Terrence Crawford. Okay, show more. Here's his last fight. Let's see. I saw somewhere. I know his other fights from earlier in his career are around somewhere. For example, like where is Ndangu? Let's see. Let me just type Ndangu. I think all of his fights should be on here. I think the whole Top Rank library. I remember seeing somewhere the Top Rank library being, Pacquiao. Upcoming live replay. Here's the replays. Let's see. Yeah, look at all these Pacquiao fights they got. I think Pacquiao Cotto. Let me see. It says Pacquiao Cotto. Let me see if they fixed it. They fixed it. One of these Pacquiao fights, a Terrence Crawford fight will pop up. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.